Turning our attention now to the ASX, here's Matt Birney and Bulls and Bears with the latest public company views and interviews.
Welcome to Bulls and Bears, brought to you today by regenerative medicine company Orthocell Limited, ASX code OCC. I'm Matt Birney and I'm joined now by the Managing Director of Orthocell, Paul Anderson. Hi, Paul.
Hi, Matt.
Orthocell is developing a suite of biological technologies designed to repair tendon, cartilage and soft tissue injuries that otherwise would have required surgery. The company has a portfolio of products under development that includes Ortho-ATI, an injectable cell therapy that could become the first non-surgical treatment solution for chronic tendon injuries. Results from a recent clinical study evaluating Ortho-ATI in treating shoulder tendon injuries appear to have taken Orthocell a step closer to commercialisation. Okay, Paul, without being too scientific, tell me, how does Ortho-ATI work and how does it compare to current treatment options out there for tendon injuries?
Yeah, thanks, Matt. I mean, essentially these tendon injuries are chronic in nature. And what happens is that you have a little portion of your tendon actually sort of dies within your tendon, causing a lot of pain and causing a lot of dysfunction. And also ATI is the first product in the market potentially that addresses the underlying pathology, actually fixing the problem that causes the pain and reduction in function.
So you've been running a study on the effectiveness of Ortho-ATI on shoulder tendon injuries. How many people took part in that trial and what did it involve?
Yeah, so this was a randomised control study, one of the highest level of studies that you can do. It involved 30 patients. 20 of those patients were from our Ortho-ATI group and 10 of them were in a corticosteroid group, the comparator group, if you like.
Okay, so what were the outcomes?
Oh, look, these outcomes were quite outstanding, and what we saw was statistical significance in the outcomes. We saw 95% of these patients return to their normal function 12 months post-treatment. And really importantly, what we saw was only 64% of the corticosteroid patients even survived the study due to the treatment failure. But most importantly, what we saw in the ATI group was a reduction in pain as early as 1 month. So quite stunning results, statistically significant, and really a big fillip for this technology.
Have you done any previous testing on Ortho-ATI or was this the first time you validated it?
No, great question. It's not an overnight success. We have previous published data showing that this is effective in patients that we've treated in the elbow out to 5 years. So I know there's a lot of science and a lot of data that's been produced along the way to get us to this point today.
I know you want to target the US market initially. Just how big is that market for what you do?
Oh, it's a huge market. So there's over 1 million patients per annum that will be applicable to this treatment, and we believe that the addressable market is certainly between 500,000 and 1 million patients.
Paul Anderson from Orthocell, thanks for joining me on Bulls and Bears today. And remember, we're only here to give you information, not advice, which you should, of course, seek independently. I'm Matt Birney, and this is Bulls and Bears.
For more public company CEO interviews, go to the Money page on the 6PR, 2GB and 3AW websites and click the Public Companies tab.